There we go. We're streaming again.
DJ Grizzy.
Hey, welcome back. So
unfortunately, when I tried to load back into the previous thing, it turned out that even though I pressed even though I tried to hit the stream thing, it wasn't working. So I'm just going to play this movie real quick.
The International Space Station Project Village has officially
DJ
begun
Grizzy.
operations.
Let's
Researchers from around the world are scheduled to visit the station to
little
perform a variety of missions during the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And maybe flatter too.
So now I'm going to try this again. New BCI makes thoughts real. New research team at Godot University announced that it's succeeding in developing a new kind of BCI. BCI stands for Brain-Computer Interface. The next generation interface that can read brain waves that humans produce when they think or act or use them up. Use computer sensors, appliance switches, more. Insert Batman Forever joke here. Many of the BCIs that have been announced up until now need to implant their brainwave reading devices inside a human head in order to preserve accurate readings. But the BCI that the Godot team had developed only needs to have a few patches on your head or the same for the same or better results. Not only that, they managed to reduce the size of the unit to about 1/30th. Roughly the same as a box of matches. This paves the way for the interface that was obviously only used for medical treatments to be used in a wide variety of applications for the household. Yeah, I'm thinking that that sounds a little like that sounds like a terrible idea. Very sus.
Sounds a little dangerous.
Hey, you want to know what that sounds like to me?
What?
Presented by Zaya.
Presented by Zaya. Zaya specs, yeah.
Zaya specs. Freaking. The idea is just basically you attach this device to your glasses, and it basically acts like freaking Google Glass with AI power. AI bullshit.
Splendid.
Yeah.
It has been confirmed that the device can already control air conditioners, lighting, microwaves, and cell phones. But this new version can also control word processing and spreadsheet software, simple games like chess and Othello, and even complex games like The World and Ring of Master with precision. CyberConnect Corporation has already announced computers and game software that incorporates the device to be available in 2 years. And other companies are reportedly eager to be developing new products with the technology. Oh yeah, developing a technology that affects brainwaves. That's totally a brilliant idea. I don't see anything going wrong with that.
No, absolutely nothing.
What would make you think that, huh?
Because it just raises too many questions.
It sounds like you're just being a little bit paranoid.
Paranoia is what kept me alive. The research team that invented it has gone on record saying that they next plan to research technology that can convey a person's words and thoughts directly to another person, like telepathy. We can hardly wait. Do you know how terrible of an idea that is to give your thoughts directly to another person? Do you know that's basically
terrible?
that would basically be the equivalent of downloading and trying to download an entire freaking hard drive full of porn into your head.
Oh god, it's so horrid today. Oh god.
I'm gonna zip bomb the next person that tries to steal my thoughts.
It's true.
Doll Syndrome Symposium in Germany.
Yeah, it's like that meme. Some guy with a Neuralink tried to cut me off in traffic, so I used my Flipper Zero to give him gender dysphoria.
Oh, jeez.
True.
A symposium on Doll Syndrome was recently held in Germany. Doll Syndrome is a mysterious illness affecting young children. Yeah, we already know about that. Symptoms include paralysis and convulsion of limbs, unresponsiveness and lethargy. Yeah, we already know about this. The World Medical Organization has announced close to 2,000 patients of the disease around the world. Most of them are children in their lower teens, with occasional cases of children 5 to 6 or adults over 20. The majority of cases also occur in developed countries, with developing countries that have almost no reports of the disease at all.
Rock on.
Reports of the symposium provided many examples of patients that have exhibited identical brainwave patterns. This discovery should help aid doctors in discovering the disease more quickly. The talks were held during panel discussions about why the disease primarily affects children in technologically advanced countries, as well as its possible causes and treatments. However, these have yet to produce any concrete results. A solution is expected soon, as Down syndrome is becoming a worldwide epidemic.
A medical symposium on Doll syndrome was held this week in Hamburg, Germany. Doctors
Imagine
and
you're
governments
just
from around
sitting
the
there,
globe are unsure
minding your
of
own
the
business.
serious illness targeting
Everything is quiet. You're having a grand old time of your life, and then some guy that's like a mile away hits you with an anti-material rifle that's around like 20 millimeters in diameter.
Crimson Versus servers are back online. Long last, Crimson Versus, which has taken offline and finished work on new missions, is back online for its parent company, CyberConnect Japan. Suffered numerous trials and tribulations alone. The return of the popular game loved by young and old alike couldn't have come at a better time. In the new version, rules and interface have been heavily reworked. Because this is a new release, the number of cards available are rather low, but thanks to the reports of booster packs being released soon, fans should have nothing to worry about. Fans of the previous version may be put up by the fact that they can no longer use their old cards, but as the game is now easier to play than ever, we encourage you to try it yourself.
At long last, the return of the popular card game. New friends and foes, new powers and new heroes. Who will control their own destiny to win it all? It's Crimson vs. Red Rebellion, on sale now. Also look for the new Crimson vs. Real Generation coming soon.
Cards.
Frickin', you know what I'm thinking?
What?
What are you thinking?
Gotchard. Kids and Morpurgers.
Zero, you gotta work hard to find your gotcha.
Here's my gotcha. Frickin', how dare that? Why did the show send them to another fucking planet instead of actually resolving him to succeed his dream and shit?
Because
They felt like it.
Writing too hard. Alright. Actually writing a competent script is too hard.
True.
Oh, by the way, you know one of the things I did hear about for Gotchard? That
What?
the Lachesis and the other sisters were all added during production. That the three sisters were added during production of the show instead of being written in first, because one of the actresses, Lachesis, the one that was playing Lachesis, did such a good job that they didn't want to boot her out of the production.
Let's see.
So everything involving the three sisters was completely created on the fly.
That honestly tracks. So much of Gotchard feels like it was written on the fly without... Nothing in Gotchard felt planned out from the start. It all felt like it was on the fly.
That sounds eerily familiar. Stares at Ryuki.
Yup.
A system known as...
Yeah.
Yeah. So going so going back to this article. Kids and Morpurgers, the good and the bad. A system known as guilds exists in many online games. Guilds often have their own local rules that differ from guild to guild and have nothing to do with how the game is played, which exists to strengthen bonds among guild members and to provide quick support to those who need it. These rules, despite the formal name, are usually nothing more than polite common sense. Things like, be sure to greet everyone you meet. If someone helps you, you should then help someone else. And be sure to listen to what other people have to say. However, it seems these local rules are troublesome for our children. That is because those are exactly the kind of things that are right in the middle of learning. And because they're still learning them, they often make mistakes and don't realize that they've done something wrong. In regular society, adults usually accept and forgive most of these mistakes, but that is not the case online. There is no difference if the player is an adult or a child. The same level of courtesy and responsibility is expected from everyone.
Why do you sound like Gideon's dad from Gravity Falls?
I'm just using a random voice because this is a massive lore dump that happens at the beginning of every single .hack game. This becomes a large source of strain and stress for children who play these games. Some claim that this stress is what causes Doll syndrome, but the science is yet to verify these claims. However, there are some who say that making these mistakes is actually a good thing. In our current society, there's practically no way whatsoever for children to gain real-world experience, especially now that they don't even get scolded for stealing next-door neighbor's tomatoes, or forced to be dispensable minion when pretending to be superheroes. What a sad situation. Yeah, you can tell this is a rag.
Tomato minion.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi, man.
Hello.
But with online games, especially in guilds, children are able to practice real life in adult society without pitfalls of reality. Things like listening to other people, showing respect, helping those in need, and self-control. All simple things, but also ones difficult to experience as of late. The online world may be harsh for still developing children, but it may also be necessary evil for them now that they no longer can experience such harshness in their real lives. That's G, Netwatcher. Yeah, that sounds like something straight out of frickin' a right-wing rag.
Mm-hmm.
Salvador Wilde at Koshigaya premiere. Today, popular talent Salvador Ihara attended a press conference for the premiere of his first movie, Koshigaya Story. Koshigaya Story stars the Brazilian-born Saitama-raised Salvador Ihara in a movie based partly on his own life. Ihara shaved his trademark beard and lost over 20 pounds in order to play the part. In the film, he displays his fluency in Portuguese and shows his love for his family when he cries on cue by remembering how I missed my mother in Brazil when I was younger. Oh yeah, because him using this voice totally makes him sound like he's that he's frickin' Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
When Yui Akiyama was asked whether her co-star hit on her at all during the production. Oh, jeez. Let's try that again. When Yui Akiyama was asked whether her co-star hit on her at all during the production, she fondly replied, "He confessed his love every time he saw me."
Really?
Ihara responded by saying, "Yui is an ideal woman. She exemplifies both beauty and the kindness that Japanese women are known for." However, this only resulted in spontaneous laughter from the press as they started snickering that Ihara's illness has started up again. One thing is certain though, Ihara's charisma, which can turn even scandals into laughs, shows no sign of stopping. CG Tours, a shocking new type of fraud. Oh dear. Online robbery and internet fraud are going high-tech. I mean, they aren't already. With high-quality CG and evil usage of ubiquitous networks becoming increasingly common. Yeah. Evil usage of ubiquitous networks. Okay.
Evil.
Now an investigation of a scam.
Evil! To the invisible boatmobile! Away!
Now an investigation
Actors.
Now an investigation of a scam group that was recently arrested has revealed some unbelievable methods. A 4-month trip around the world on the Queen Milano. One day, John Doe came across this article on the internet. It said that a giant cruise ship used as an athlete's village for the Olympics 3 years ago has been bought by Company S, who had proceeded to convert it into a gorgeous luxury cruise ship and was inviting 300 passengers for its maiden voyage. Tickets were a bargain at $50,000 per person for a private cabin. Okay, I have a question.
I have an
Were
answer.
they intending to have this be 50,000 yen? Or does $50,000
Maybe.
$50,000 for a private cabin on a cruise ship more reasonable?
I mean, dollar signs right there. I don't know.
I don't know.
I was just thinking because of the dollar value.
I would think so because we've actually looked at private cabins in the past. It's pretty much like you're renting a house. So, like, if it's like a very luxurious one in a very good location, then I would think that 50,000 is pretty like about that.
Okay. With his message,
I don't know. I will never reach that point. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Save them for a room, goddamn. Sorry, continue.
With his Mirage coming up in 3 months, John decided to sign up for the tour as a present for his wife-to-be. He entered his citizen number and other personal information into their website and wired Company S $100,000 from his bank. But then he and his wife arrived at the harbor on the day of the departure, only to be greeted with unbelieving stares and other baggage-laden passengers. There is no sign of the ship, nor of any Company S employees. Calls were quickly made, but the number had been disconnected. Attempts to view the company's website soon found that the domain had vanished. So why didn't John and other victims ever think that this tour was a scam? The key was in Company S's website. The website was home to a movie that claimed to be a clip of a travel information show they had seen on TV. Pictures that showed off the beautiful interior in great detail, pictures and comments of the ship's crew, and all sorts of other content that one would expect to find at any travel agency. But the truth was that every single bit of that content was nothing more than computer graphics. Yeah. It was all created by AI.
Oh.
The arrested scam group used this and other methods to gain people's personal information and put it to evil use, including forcing their way into people's homes and selling their private info. Thanks to these and other showy crimes, the authorities initially declared that it was only a matter of time before the culprits were caught, but the actual arrest proved more difficult than anyone thought. Towards the end, the investigation was being toyed with completely by the scammers. The break came when a high-ranking woman from the group came and turned herself in. She informed the authorities that the next house that the group was planning to steal was in the next stage of their arrest. Set the stage for their arrest. Thanks to this, everyone in the group except for their leader was successfully captured. When asked why she turned herself in, the woman replied, "I thought it was time for me to grow up." The man, thought to be the group's leader, is still at large. Authorities plan to continue their pursuit and to continue to press charges against other members' numerous crimes. Impulse. Oh, this is cool. Regenerated organs transplant succeeds.
Yo.
A medical team at Takayama University succeeded in transplanting nerve tissue that had created from mesenchymal stem cells, MSCs. The team used the sample of the patient's osteoblast cells, MSCs that have been converted to bone cells, to create transplantable nerve tissue. It is expected that the next stage for this success will lead to treatment of previously unmanageable diseases or reduce the need for outside donors. MSCs, also known as the second all-purpose cells, and have been confirmed to be in bone, cartilage, fat, muscle, ligament, heart, liver, and other cells. Unlike ESCs, embryonic stem cells, they are taken from the patient's own bone marrow or wisdom teeth, which eliminates any moral concerns. They can be preserved indefinitely, frozen at negative 180 degrees Celsius with liquid nitrogen, and then thawed with nearly 100% chance of collecting the original cells. Takayama University team plans to continue research on MSCs to try and find methods of regenerating previously impossible to regenerate organs. However, as these advances also increase the possibility of creating a perfect human clone, the Ministry of Education and Science decided to create a panel of experts to determine what changes should be made to cloning laws. Like, I don't mind.
Sounds like a lot going on.
Yeah, there is a lot of news articles. The truth behind ULCs. Companies known as ULCs, or unsubstantial liability companies, have been increasing all over the world. Although this phrase may sound like it refers to criminal fronts or scams, the truth is, in truth it refers to another legitimate well-known companies, including many of which show commercials on primetime TV. However, these companies lack is substance, where things like office buildings simply don't exist. Their employees do not come to work. Instead, they telecommunicate from home. To begin their workday, they simply press a button on a company-only website. Documents and data necessary for their work are all handled on the server. Communication between employees are held with email and chat software, with important meetings being held with webcams. Doesn't all this sound eerily familiar?
Gee, it's like
Just
they
a little.
predicted something or something.
Yeah. Even break time and retirements are handled with a single button. A casual observer would be right to wonder how the work gets done. We spoke with president of one of these ULCs, Tao Inamata of Absolus Incorporated. Absolus is a software development company that employs 200 employees. Their motto is, fun, useful things at lower prices, where they've created a number of popular products such as electronic autograph books for children and dialect translation software. To be honest, getting things started was quite difficult. Our employees were confused. None of our data was coordinated. Under normal circumstances, we would have called in everyone for disciplinary measures. However, I deliberately chose not to say anything. Instead, I somehow matched up all our mismatched data and uploaded it to our server for all our employees to see. Once our employees began to work together, things really started to take off. Now that we're all on the same page, each with overflowing loads of email in the inbox. ULCs continue to increase in number. According to various network providers, approximately 30 new ULCs start up every day. But on the other side, half of many ULCs disappear at the same rate. Inamata finished the interview with the following comments. In the end, companies remain as companies no matter what shape they take. Which is exactly why we take our company and our business as seriously as we can. The Daily Satellite. The desert will save us?
What?
and 100 megawatt solar power plant has been completed in Mongolia's Gobi Desert with the help of Japanese technology and funding. The solar energy is the ultimate type of clean energy. The amount of solar energy reaches the Earth is only 1/2 of the total energy produced by the sun. Yet a mere hour's worth of that energy would be enough to meet the energy needs of every human on Earth for a year. The Gobi Desert receives twice the solar radiation of Tokyo, and its low atmospheric temperature and moderate wind conditions make it a well-suited environment for the plant. Additionally, the rate of solar power conversion lies at 30%, but the plans are in place to improve it as well as construct all new plants. Yeah, I remember seeing this before, and I keep thinking the same thing. Why don't we just make a desert into a giant solar panel array?
But because
More
then
fossils.
we couldn't make money off of killing the planet anymore.
Holy cow, all of that was over a freaking hour. I mean, no,
I'd say, is
all
there
of that,
gameplay
all of
to
that
this
was
game?
in 30 minutes.
Do you, I don't know, play as a line and hit a ball or anything? Do you get a gun? Or do
This
you
is just
read
a lot
articles? Is
of
this the video
actual
game?
No, the actual game is basically a Phantasy Star clone.
Oh, okay.
This is pretty much like
Zero's just scouring through the in-game lore shit because he's crazy.
This reminds me exactly of Dot Hack's little thing where it has like an in-world message board before you actually go out into the video game world.
That's exactly what this is, because this is a Dot Hack game.
Oh, I didn't know.
This is Dot Hack GU.
Oh, okay. I just popped in here. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, what? Let's take a look at some more art. A Blade and Edge team.
Ooh. King Lady.
Oh god, it's these two. Nice to meet you. I'm just someone trying to raise their level in the world. That said, I remember being PK'd by these two when just starting out. Yeah, it's these two fuckers. My partner is gone. That is most definitely a design choice.
My partner is God.
That is most definitely a design choice.
Yes, it is.
You should have seen her. Hey, look, it's boobs. I mean pie.
Tits!
Wherever there are chim spheres. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. It's a drawing of the chim assassins. That actually looks really cool. Ninjas! Madam Pie. Okay, seriously? How many people like frickin' pie?
I don't know.
Oh, Jamie.
Too late. I fell hard for Madam Pie. I won't give up either. They all want a bone pie.
Oh, it's a person.
Yeah, pie is a,
How about food?
No,
I go for a pie.
No, if you want a bone pie, you'd have to watch the movie American Pie.
Why do you think I like him in coconut cream?
By the way, this is pie, or at least an artist's rendering of pie. Oh, someone made a picture of sad Adelie. Aw.
For pie, for pie. It's a wonderful day for pie.
Okay,